intwari itikanga imyato irwigema aho batinya mugabo utiyegura inkema amayambere agumye nanzi yitebe n'ubugwari rutimbo sinzaba mu bwigunge rutimbo sinzaba mu bwigunge.
Uganda currently hosts over 160,000 asylum seekers and refugees from mostly non-English speaking countries.
Most of the refugees come from neighboring countries, namely Somalia, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, Congo, Burundi, and Rwanda. Most of the challenge has been the language. They come, we don't know their language, and therefore we have also to look for interpreters.
Before I learned English, I used to have problems to express myself, like getting medical services or to express myself from the police.
A barrier language. When I reach population in Kampala, they only talk Uganda, they talk English. There I didn't know how to talk with them. Normally I spoke Swahili and French.
I was fed up of life. So now I'm like I'm a new person. Now I can fit in the community. So what I gain from there, it's really much. If I couldn't learn English from Refugee Law Project, I couldn't even get this house. At least though it's small, but I'm renting, I'm not sleeping outside. So I'm saying like that because I got a job because of that.
Accordingly, the language barrier faced by the majority of the refugees puts them at a disadvantage in the job market, in access to basic social services, and in access to justice. In an attempt to address these challenges, the Education and Training Department of the Refugee Law Project initiated the English for Adults program in 2007.
The reason why EFA started is because we receive refugees from different countries who cannot communicate in English.
I'm happy of late. There has been a program for adult education which is being done by Refugee Law Project, where refugees and forced migrants have been taught how to speak English, which is our national language. Quite a number of them can now express themselves whenever they are confronted by police.
The English for Adults, EFA, is a specialized program for forced migrants from non-English speaking countries. It gives them basic knowledge in reading and writing in English.
If you make the marriage, is the answer what I give you. If you make the marriage, you have first to have what? The love with your wife.
According to Somali culture, paying dowry is very important.
If you say dowry is not a business, why the family and for girl and for boy discuss about dowry before marriage?
Even if the wife was like a business, every wife will have a fixed price. It is not
It is for the culture. That is bad, very bad.
Let him
Currently, the EFA program has grown and registered more than 700 students per year. In 2011, the department registered 840 learners and 695 completed the program.
We do supervising the functional adult literacy. we happened to get information that there was a class going on. I mean, under Law Refugee Project, that they were teaching adults to read and write and all that. So we got interested, and that's how we got to know them. We've been giving them training materials like chalks, books, and reading materials. But I think for the last 2 years, we have not had any support given to them.
Through its work, English for Adults reaches out to extremely vulnerable female and male refugees and asylum seekers who face extraordinary difficulties as people affected by the conflict.
This department must be the center of Refugee Law Project. Actually, I called it Communication Department.
After completing the English for Adults program, Vivian started her own business as a hawker as she could now speak with her customers.
Now I have art and craft, those kind of paper beads, and I make bitenge dresses and what, and I work them. With the gold necklaces, I work them.
She has managed to send her child to school, pay her rent, and has managed to venture into other businesses, although she still struggles.
zibukira twumva imbaga isaziye ku migambi ubukene bw'akarande.
Nkiko is a family man with a wife and 2 children. They fled from the Democratic Republic of Congo to Uganda in 2005. He was forced to leave the settlement for Kampala, the capital city of Uganda.
I left the camp in 2010, but now I'm able to listen, to write, and to talk. It gave me some knowledge, and I looked far. My rights is like to walk like a Ugandan. My right is also to be protected by the police, like a Ugandan. We are continuing with the course from respect in university in Canada.
After the death of her father, losing her family, and receiving life threats, Ignatiana, a mother of 3, left her home country to seek refuge in Uganda. Learning about Refugee Law Project, she was introduced to the English for Adults program, and she struggled to finish the program. In 2011, Ignatiana graduated top of her class. She later applied for a job and was successfully recruited as a facilitator in the English for Adults program. She can now look after her 3 children and take care of a few other relatives that joined her in Uganda. Samson Twelde is a refugee from Eritrea who went through the EFA program. He now manages one of the biggest pubs in Mukono town, which employs nearly 20 people. Despite successfully administering the program for over 5 years, Refugee Law Project still faces difficulties in carrying out the program.
The biggest challenge we face is a funding challenge. Training refugees and English language skills does not seem to be a priority of most funders.
Adult training is very, very important. And in fact, it should not only be limited to Kampala. I would pray that if resources permit, this program be also taken yonder than Kampala. Refugee camps like Changwali, like Chaka, and others.
Remain strong. One day, the life will change. We have suffered a lot, but we can't do anything. But tomorrow, it will be better than today.
Intwari itikanga imyato irwiyembaho batinya mugabo utiye kuri nkeba amayambere agumye nanzi yitebwe n'ubugwari rutimbo sinzaba mu bwigunge